Hey guys, compliments of the season. We're so glad you're joining us today. We hope you've been blessed by these videos. And before we even dive into the topic for today, I hope you heard about our Christmas challenge that we have been posting for the previous week. And basically, the idea is we want to talk about the birthday boy. So we want to bring back the meaning of Christmas. I had an encounter the other day where somebody actually asked me and said, what's Christmas about? Like, what's the story behind Santa and, the whole gifts and whatnot? And I started explaining to the person that, to be honest, I don't even know where the Santa thing came from, because Christmas is about Christ and his birth and all of that. And I realized that a lot of people out there that actually don't know about Jesus. They know about Christmas, but they don't see the relation between Jesus and Christmas. So we just want to encourage you to talk about Jesus. Have a moment, just a few minutes, and just have a conversation about Jesus with somebody this Christmas season. It doesn't have to be on the 25th itself. It can be on the 22nd, 23rd, 26th, any period within the season. But we just hope that you will find time to talk about Jesus. So yeah. We're going to dive in this week's topic, and basically what we want to talk about is what conversations are okay having with people that you're not romantically involved with, and what is a bit too far for somebody who is not romantically involved with you. Like we see people, saying, no, you turned me on, you made me feel some type of way, because where the conversations were going, it felt like you had a thing for me. But then so babe, what do you think?
What you're talking about, leading on conversations or situations where you lead somebody to a place where they feel like there's something between the two of you, and eventually becomes a problem when the other person withdraws, because they say, oh, I actually never thought it was that deep for us. So that basically stems from a situation where you are having certain conversations in your friendship moment. So I believe there are some people that we have just as friends, work colleagues and whatnot, and you might have a partner, or maybe you might not have a partner. But for maybe speaking to people who might not really have partners right now, there are sometimes you have friends and you're having certain conversations. For instance, having making flirtatious comments, okay, between the two of you. He texts you about something, or you talk about some certain things that are so flirtatious, and you cannot say that that is just a friend kind of relationship, because it's getting deep. There are also things where, like, there are emotional things involved about it, how you feel about a certain situation. For instance, no matter how personal it is to you, it begins to be personal for the other person that you're sharing to. And even if they are asking you those questions, they begin to share in the emotions that you're actually having. And you find that your relationship is growing and growing, and you're getting intimate in that particular manner. So there are some conversations that you really have to be careful with. So those things like flirtatious comments and having emotional engagement kinds of conversations. And maybe I would also add, there are maybe financial conversations as well, especially where you are financially. For us guys, there are some ladies actually that just wants to know how financially stable you are and where you are at the moment, and maybe they'll begin to engage further in terms of your relationship. So also the way you're releasing information about yourself in that particular regard is very vital. So it's very important to avoid some certain conversations if you are really not particular about where this relationship is actually going, especially.
Right. Isn't it sad that there are people that are actually heartbroken out there in relationships that were not really official, right? And I know I've been there before. Like, somebody's talking to you some way, and you're just like, this one. Right. But then eventually, as things go on, then the person, you just see them with another person, or they even come and tell you, like, oh, I met this girl. And you're like, okay. Like, so you don't see me? Like, how about those things we talked about?
Yeah.
So just be careful. Like, if you know you're not, like, going to be romantically involved with this person, just limit how you talk to them so that we don't break people's hearts. And also us on the receiving end, let's also just be careful so that you don't end up heartbroken for something that you went into. And I think boundaries are important. So if you feel like somebody is having or engaging in such conversations, especially married men to single people might be approaching you, and this is a married person and they're talking to you in a flirtatious manner, it's okay to shut them down and say, sorry, but this is a bit too deep, we are not like that. And I think it's important for you. And also, if we are talking about godly relationships, I think that's very vital.
And I think it's important not to entertain those conversations because obviously they might pop out because maybe the other person doesn't have boundaries like you do. So do not let that conversation continue. Okay, do not prolong it. Once you just notice that, just immediately cut it out, because once you allow it, once you entertain it, you never realize it, but you begin to actually accept that situation or engage in those particular conversations. So please be on the lookout when it comes to that.
Right, that's all we wanted to bring to you guys this week. Have a lovely festive season, and don't forget to talk about Jesus. Tag us, let us know how it went. And even if you don't let us know, we just want to know that you did it, and we pray that God leads you to talk to people about him. We love you. Bye.